Halle Berry done pissed off that damn academy, preferably those in the T class. So in case y'all have not heard, Halle Berry was up for a role in this movie. I don't know what the movie entailed or what the name of the movie was, but apparently her role was she was going to be playing a transgendered male, basically somebody who was born a woman and now lives life as a man, which should not have been that hard for her to pull off since she's already a woman, number one. So it shouldn't have been that hard. But apparently she pissed off damn near the entire T class who was listening, because when they were interviewing her about the role in which she was about to portray, they claimed that she misgendered the person and referred to the person as it and not so much as he. And they got mad about that, and they gave her so much hell for it, in fact, that literally the turnaround rate for her doing this role happened like almost within a day or two, because now she has dropped out of the role in which she was chosen to and cast to be in. And now they're going to have to scramble to find someone to fill that spot. And Halle Berry was a big, name attached to it. And that was going to get some butts in the seats. Now they got to scramble to do this. I'm telling you, this is probably going to be the Academy's undoing, the T class undoing, because what they are begging, or shit, I might as well say it, what they're begging for is for somebody an actor who is considered to be trans to play that role. They're probably going to be scrambling forever trying to find a person to play that role. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article because I want to point out some hypocrisies. And there's a lot to point out, but not too many, when it comes to that T class and issues like this. After facing backlash on social media, actress Halle Berry announced on Twitter Monday she is no longer considering portraying a transgender man in an upcoming film role. Berry apologized after discussing the role over the weekend in an Instagram live video. As a cisgender woman, and I hate that term cisgender, just say as a woman, I now understand that I should not have considered this role and that the transgender community should undeniably have the opportunity to tell their own stories. I am grateful for the guidance and critical conversation over the past few days, and I will continue to listen, educate, and learn from this mistake. Berry says she vowed to be an ally and to use her voice to promote better representation on screen, both in front and behind the camera. This shows you right here how much of a bully that Academy is, because this isn't the first time they have made people in maybe even Halle Berry's position, even in a higher position than her, bend the knee. It's very rare that you have someone who doesn't kowtow to them. Boosie is one of them. It was somebody else I did a video on who was another one. It was another black male who didn't bend the knee as well. Of course, J.K. Rowling, she stayed pissing them off. And it's a few others, but it's really not enough. And it's really unfortunate that as small as this community is, it's amazing how much of a voice they actually do have and an influence. Whether you like them or not, they have influence, mainly because of the palm-colored ones. In response to the star's statement, many thanked her for listening. The Academy advocacy group GLAAD, who has still yet to say anything about Ed Buck, said they were pleased Halle Berry listened to the concerns voiced after her discussion of the role and learned from them. Concerns? If y'all saw some of the comments that I saw on Twitter, those didn't sound like no concerns. It sounded like they were just turned into straight up savages. Like, it's almost like she was thrown into the lion's den and she was being torn to shreds. Other powerful people should do the same, the group said on Twitter. A good place to start is by watching @disclosure_doc to learn about trans representation in the media. The documentary examines how transgender people have been depicted on screen throughout the years and is produced by, among others, Laverne Cox of Orange is the New Black. The Twitter account of the documentary asks Berry to watch the film first to understand how actors like yourself acting in trans roles have major cultural consequences off screen. After Berry's announcement Monday, the account wrote, "We hope #disclosure Netflix is one of many educational tools you and others can rely to inspire and strengthen allyship." If y'all remember, there was a live stream that I did and I can't remember if I touched on it or not, but there's actually, it was. You have this person who was like a quote unquote trans actor, a trans woman named Dominique Jackson on this show that comes on called Pose that Silly Porter is on. And they were trying to campaign to have that person play Storm in the MCU, which means they would be in X-Men and Black Panthers sequels and going forward. And many people was upset about that because it's like Storm is a natural born woman. There's nothing trans about her. She wasn't born one way and then and became another. As a matter of fact, Storm, when they got married, when she got married to T'Challa, I think they had children. So how is that even possible that it could be played by a quote unquote trans individual? And then it was so much pushback against that, basically saying, oh, Dominique Jackson is a trans legend. Why can't they play this role? Of course, they were calling that person she, and all types of things like that. I said, oh, y'all can do that if you want to, but watch how many people don't go and see that movie. Watch how many people won't want to be attached to that. But then it's a trick bag. If you don't go out and support it, they'll say you're transphobic. If you don't want to be a part of it, they'll say you're transphobic. It's a double-edged sword. Well, they can say whatever the hell they want, because at the end of the day, those are just words that they like to throw out there and don't even really have any definition of what the word phobic or phobia means, which means to be scared of something. That's not being scared. And see, they're doing a lot. I said, if that's the case, then they need to take Hilary Swank's Oscar back when she played a lesbian in the movie Boys Don't Cry, because Hilary Swank, to my knowledge, is not a lesbian. They need to take back, I was seeing something about Scarlett Johansson and what she was supposed to play, sort of like what Halle Berry is doing. And I don't know if the movie got made or not, but they said that I can't remember what the comments were. I can't remember if they said the movie got made or if she dropped out. And if she did, the movie ended up flopping, or the movie just didn't do good at all. I don't know. But they said they went at her as well. But I didn't remember them coming at her as hard as they did Halle Berry. Let's be real here. They're coming at Halle Berry because she is a self-identified black woman. Easier target. See, and some of the main people leading that charge are the palm-colored people in that academy, and their underlings, aka the black ones, are following right behind them as usual to pick up any dust that they left behind. That's really I think, in my opinion, that's the real reason behind it. But they saying that she misgendered the person. She didn't refer to the person as he. She called it an it, and a whole bunch of other nonsense. Like I said, they gonna undo their own little thing. I said, good luck finding someone, because when I was reading through the comments and they were saying, who's a trans actor, who's someone who was born a woman who now lives as a man, could play this part. And they kept naming all the ones who were born men who now live as a woman. And they was like, that's not what we're saying. If the role is calling for somebody who was born one way but now lives as another, and that's who you want, then start naming some actors who are black that could play that role. But they can't even name any. They couldn't name any except for the ones who was the complete opposite, who was born a man or a male and now lives as a woman. But that's not what the role called for. And see, now, because of that, them people who are doing this movie are probably pissed right now. That's another reason why some people don't like that academy, is because they be ruining a lot of monetary gains for a lot of people, especially when you have budgets and deadlines to meet. Maybe one of the best things Halle Berry should not have done was do an interview discussing this, or done this, on a live feed like she did. I even saw one ridiculous comment from somebody in that damn academy and said that Halle Berry hadn't made a good movie in years, and they threw out some inflammatory number that just didn't make any sense. And someone had to correct them, and they didn't respond back. They posted up a screenshot of John Wick Chapter 3, which was a movie that she was in last year. Be it that she didn't have a major role in the movie, but she did play a role in the film, which means she was a part of the movie, and the movie was a success. They got real quiet after that. And then what they'll do is they'll say, oh, well, trans people aren't given opportunities. They literally gave y'all an entire show. They've even slipped y'all in here and there on various shows that are coming on right now. They even gave you your own network. Years ago, they gave you your own network. But see, here's the thing. The black people in that academy, preferably in the T class, have been so under the umbrella of the white ones that now they're trying to come up from under it, that there really is no food left on the table for them to get. That's why I said all right now they're getting is crumbs, and they're trying to take those crumbs and make it into a 4-course meal, and it's just not going to work. And their bullying tactics, because that's exactly what they are. The fact that this woman, Halle Berry, just accepted the role and in one interview has to give the role up because of the people, coming at her neck. Me personally, I wouldn't apologize, kept the role, and kept it moving. And if they wanted to be mad, they would have just been upset, because guess what? The movie was supposed to be a representation of them. So if they chose not to go see it, that's on them. And for all you know, the movie probably would have been a good movie. I had told people before, that movie, Boys Don't Cry, for me, I could only watch that one time because that ending part was a lot. That was a very brutal part. But I will say that was a very interesting film. But see, they have so much pseudo power now, and I'm talking about the black ones in particular, that they feel that they can do and say whatever they want with no consequence. Hell, you even have now, and Tariq talked about this on his live stream, where you have this, I forgot what they said they call themselves a black trans lesbian, and I'm so confused by that, who got a deal with Calvin Klein, and I was like, what the hell? A black trans lesbian? So you are, I'm trying to make sense of this. I said, so you are were you born a guy that chooses to live as a woman, but you're a lesbian because apparently you probably still mess with women. That's the only sense I can make of it. That's that you was born a male. You're choosing to live your life as a woman, but you also still are intimate with women. That is the most confusing shit I have ever heard this year. Notice I said this year, not in my life, because I have a feeling there's going to be some more shit over time that we're going to hear that's not going to make a lick of sense. But that's just the world we live in.